And this one is a much more positive one in many ways than some of the last few that I've been doing. And it's a well-known verse. It's quite often used in prayer meetings, etc. So it's a well-known verse. But let me just set the scene. The temple is there now. The people are there. There's restoration taking place. When I say temple, the promise of the temple. The people are coming back and things are becoming normal. They have a land that they can plant and look after themselves, cities that they can go back into and restore and rebuild. And what are the possibilities? And what is God going to say to these people as they begin to settle in? That is what 2 Chronicles is leading up to. And this is what you have quite early in Chronicles. You'll find it in the first 10 chapters. As if my people, you know it, you know where I'm going, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways. My people can have wicked ways they need to turn from. Then will I hear from heaven, and I will, 1, forgive their sins, and 2, heal their land. If my people have a heart that is willing to turn to God in conversion, in salvation, in sanctification, in the ways that we understand from the Bible as a whole, the great teaching of the Psalms that come to us and constantly remind us that God is a rock and a defender and a refuge and our salvation, our light, our life, and in book of the Proverbs telling me how is the tree of eternal life and the tree of blessing and the tree of discovery, the way the language that is used. And if we humbled ourselves, and is going to bless not only myself in the forgiveness of sins, but my life and my land in the forgiveness of sins. Now, the reason why I chose this verse, not because you didn't know it, because I know you know it, but because there's an important point that we need to emphasize that sometimes is forgotten. That the healing is of the land. The healing is of your possessions. The healing is of everything who you are. In other words, it will be now useful for other people. The land is not for you to build bigger barns and to store up more of the substance. The man who did this lost his soul that night. And what was the use of building his empire and his wealth? The land is not saying to you, bring all your money into the storehouse so that you can be blessed. It's by your land can be blessed. Your potential to bless other people can be blessed. I knew a person who knew that I had a small Bible, and her mother had recently died. I may have told this story before, it was so important to me. And she prayed over this precious Bible that was her mother, should she keep it for sentimental reasons, but she had a boy who was 15 years of age, who had come from a poor background, and should I give him my mother's Bible? And as she prayed about it, she decided she would. And she just looked through it to see if there was any notes or papers. And inside the Bible was 2 £1 notes, a week's salary for her. And she thought that was God's blessing to her, but she also wanted to be the Bible a blessing for me. You see, that's what happens with the land. Your land is for other people. Your home is for other people. Your children are for other people. Their education is for other people. To be godly is to have a godly life and godly children, a godly future, because we identify God will heal his land. The reason why Israel thinks so much of their land is because they believe it is a God-given land. And any church of note should also accept the fact their church is to be a blessing. That's their land, to be a blessing to others. So we personally, in our homes, in our lives, our churches, in their land, and when we read the scriptures connected with the land of Egypt. It's a very interesting thing that when you come to the book of Revelation, that the ultimate land for Israel was Jerusalem. And the ultimate land for the people of God is New Jerusalem that comes down from heaven and earth. And the ultimate reality of eternity is new heavens and the new earth. God will heal the land as well as forgive if you come back and get rid of the wickedness of my life and your life. By in his Bible. Verse for today.